Since they have already given us AB is equal to A minus B right here, we can simply rewrite that as what we want in the final equation, which is the final equation being A divided by B plus B divided by A minus AB. So AB is equal to A minus B. And we can rewrite this as A is equal to AB plus B. And you'll see what we simplify that into later and how it will be useful. So we can also rewrite this first equation, this given equation, into another equation, which would separate B, which would be equal to B is equal to A minus AB. And all we did is not, all these equations are equal. All we did was rewrite the variables and move them around from the equal sign. Okay, so since we have these equations, we can simply divide the variable that has appeared twice on one side. And for the first equation, that's B. So it's A divided by B equals A plus 1. And now you see the use for this. The final equation has A divided by B, and if we already solved it, A plus 1, then make our lives much simpler for solving this problem. And then for the second one, A appears twice on one side, so we can just divide A. So B divided by A is equal to 1 minus B. So and voila, we have B divided by A, another component that we need to solve the final equation right here. A divided by B plus B divided by A minus AB. So since we already have A divided by B, and that's A plus 1, we're just rewriting the final equation into what we have already solved. And we already have B divided by A, so we're adding 1 minus B. And it says AB. However, it's negative AB. So we're negative 1 times A minus B. And I just want to teach those who don't know how to multiply, who are still learning algebra. When we multiply a negative, it's basically multiplying a negative 1. So if we're multiplying a negative 1, that means we have negative 1a plus 1b. So negative 1 times a is positive a is negative 1a, and negative 1 times negative b is positive 1b. And we can just cross out 1 because 1 is essentially just 1, and we already have that. So it's negative a plus b. And combining that with the rest of the equation, we have a plus 1 minus b minus a plus b. And that's the final equation. We just simplified it into this. So, do you see a pattern here? What can we erase? And coincidentally, we can erase the variables. So negative b can just can be crossed out with b, positive b. Negative a can be crossed out with positive a, and all that leaves is 2. So essentially what we did was simplify AB equals A minus B, the given equation, and we used it to simply solve what they asked, what the equation they asked for. And we crossed it out in the final equation, and what was left was 2. So the final answer would be E, 2.